What's up, guys? It is Cameron again. I'm going to update you on my current numbers and some new mistakes I made and just some stuff that I'm going through right now. So this will just be a general video for you guys to hear some updates on things you could do wrong, some information I learned that maybe will help you, and yeah, it's gonna be good. I wanted to do a more in-depth video today where I dive in my computer a little bit, but I kind of ran out of time because I've been dealing with some personal stuff. That sounds bad. I'm like changing my insurance, and like it just took longer than I thought. It doesn't matter. It was stupid errand, everyday adult stuff. So that's what I'm getting into. If you hear a noise clicking, it's because I'm clicking on stuff. But okay, my current profit number. I got my first sale, as some of you know, February 1st, and it's now March 5th. Yes, March 5th, and I'm at $1,100, I think. I think that's what I just calculated. Where am I at? $1,105.33 of profit. All the mistakes I've made, all the successes I've learned, everything. $1,100 is pretty awesome. And if I consider everything that I've paid for, because I paid for an LLC to start that, I did just today set up a business account with that tax ID number. And I just switched it in Facebook, so my new payouts are probably going to be delayed by like another 10 days, which sucks. But that's what I want to do, so it's not flooding my personal bank account, because I've got a lot of transactions about to pend in there, and that's going to be confusing as hell when I go to do my normal finances. So profit after expenses, because I paid for an LLC, I paid $25 for this new thing that somebody told me about. It's called like OA Genius, and if you're watching this, lucky you, because it's a pretty cool tool. You pay like a quarter, you pay like 25 cents for every TBA tracking number that you want to convert to a FedEx tracking number. So instead of putting in a TBA number, you put in FedEx, and it gives an average estimated shipping time. I can't remember what the time is. I want to say it's like 8 days or something. I don't know. Either way, you end up getting your payout supposedly a lot quicker in the long run, because you're not waiting 16 to 20 days to get your payout. You're waiting the normal 5 days after this fake shipping arrival date. And it's it's supposed to be, the arrival date is technically after your customer receives the item, so they're happy because they got it quicker, and you're happy because you got your money quicker. So just the average turnaround times for everything are just better than TBA altogether. So I'm trying that out, and I'll update you guys once I actually have a full payout of that, or just as I use it, because I have enough orders now where I might not even notice when those payouts come. So pay $25 for that, because you pay $25 for 100 credits of it. Anyway, each credit is like a quarter, and you use 1 credit per transaction that you convert to a FedEx tracking number. Pretty cool idea. I'm trying it out. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyway, so that, my LLC, and that tiny bit of a loss that I did on that cornhole thing I talked to you guys about in a video, that product that I sold. But then an additional, when I got the refund for it, total profit after expenses even, $913. So pretty cool. And I've been slow the last few days. I think I've gotten like $50 a day profit or less the last few days. Kind of happy about it, because there was a few days there where I was drowning in orders. And I know that's like, oh, what a problem to have. You have so many orders. Oh, you bastard. But all I'm saying is I wasn't ready for that many orders. And my Amazon account that I started is already like at 150 or so orders. And it's flagging my credit card and everything. And I'm scared for, there's almost no keeping track of those payouts for these orders, because they're small orders. They're small dollar amounts, like $15, $16. I'm getting like 40% profit, sometimes 55% profit on these items. And it's like over 100 of them. So, most of them are TBA, which I input before I learned this new tool. Sorry, I cut the video there because I had to sneeze. My eyes are watering now. Anyway, I entered in a lot of TBA tracking numbers before I learned about this tool to convert the TBA tracking numbers to FedEx. And then once I did get it, most of the numbers I was getting weren't TBA anymore because the shipping time started to get longer, and I think it's because these items started selling a lot. So either way, I'm not going to know now because there's just a mix of TBA long form tracking and normal tracking that will now, my payouts are just going to be all over the place with these orders. So I'm going to have no clue. I'm just going to have to be like, all right, right now, just to completely honest, what I'm doing is I'm just keeping track of my profit on a spreadsheet. And right now, every time I get a PayPal payout, I'm throwing that complete payout on a credit card to pay off my balance. I'm not taking the profit out of that because, I had a $303 payout today, and then I have one pending for tomorrow that's like $330 or $390, I can't remember. And that just consists of like a bunch of orders grouped together, and there's no way I can go back now and figure out what orders are what. I mean, you could if you really wanted to. I know you can. I've done it in the past, but it's just not worth it to me. I'd rather just trust my spreadsheet and then take my profits later. Probably at the end of March is when I'll take profits, because by then I should be able to pay off those credit card balances, even though it will be a revolving door. But that there should start to be an amount where eventually I meet, and there should be a little bit money left over in the account as I start to pay things off. They should kind of come to a close, especially now that things are slowing down a little bit. I don't know. That's my theory. I'll keep you guys updated like always. But what did I mess up? What did I do wrong? If you're in the Facebook group, I did post about it there, quickly. The group's up to like 50, 48, 49 members now, maybe 50 by the time this posts. I'm hoping to post this today. It's like 3:20 p.m. on March 5th, where I live. I live in the middle of the country, so if you're on one of the coasts, your time's going to be different. But anyway, I yesterday took kind of like a day off. I did fulfill some orders. I did some normal upkeep and everything, input tracking numbers as I got it, which, let me tell you, not only do the orders stress you out when you get that many, because you're just constantly like, I'd spend 3 hours a day just Amazon shipment after Amazon shipment doing that, and then like correcting it when the card got declined and having to go back in and fix it, updating my spreadsheet. And then you forget that the next day or the day after that, you're going to get an email for each time something ships. So then you got to go in, and if you got 100 orders and you didn't keep track of you didn't copy paste the link where the order like description page that pops up is, then you got to go back into your 100 or plus orders and find, and if they're all buying the same item and it doesn't say the person's name on the front part, like on the little synopsis. So you're like, I have no clue out of these 100, this one person who I have tracking for, who to go and update tracking for. So I've learned to copy paste the link into my spreadsheet so that when I get something, I can verify the name, look at my spreadsheet, and then click that link and it opens up their page and I can update the tracking super fast. But yeah, that's just another thing you forget, that your tracking's gonna come afterwards. So that's just another part of the process that you have to keep going for. So I'm gonna turn my monitor is like freaking out, so I'm just gonna unplug it. Anyway, so I can't see what I'm doing. Hopefully this works. So yesterday I took a day off. Kind of. I did orders, like I said, but I just wasn't paying as much attention. My wife was off work. We were just kind of spending some more time at home. I wasn't really going crazy like I was the days before. And I let some orders lapse, and that I didn't realize hadn't provided me tracking yet, because I've been updating so many tracking numbers that I was just trusting that those tracking numbers were just coinciding with the shipping dates, especially because these things are like, some of these items are getting delivered before I even update tracking, because they're like next day delivery, some of them, and because they're on Prime. So I was just like under the assumption like, okay, yeah, I mean, all these orders are definitely going to have their tracking numbers before the 3-day time period that you're supposed to update them, before Facebook gets you in trouble or whatever. And I didn't on 12 orders. I let 12 orders go late, like didn't update Facebook for tracking. And I've even said in comments before, because this is the impression I was under, that I thought if you did that, the item got canceled, like in Facebook's end, and then the customer got refunded. And then you might be screwed if you actually order the item and you couldn't cancel it, and you just be out. The customer would get it, but they didn't have to pay for it in the long term. Now that doesn't make sense in my head why that would be the case, but turns out you do not have to worry about that. It does affect a metric for you, and I'm going to pull mine up. If you go to your marketplace, I know this doesn't matter to you. This is like my general front page of my marketplace, and you hit that little guy button in the top corner. That's like your profile. You'll see a thing called Insights, and you tap that, and it will tell you under shipping performance, you'll have a cancellation rate, which is the one you don't want to do. That's the one where if you have to cancel the order from your side of the transaction, that's bad. You want to keep that below 10%, or Facebook could potentially start banning your account from the shipping option. So, I have Facebook's terms pulled up right here, so I can kind of reference them if I need to. But Facebook right here, it's just 3 bullet points. It says regularly monitor your shipping performance on the Insights section of Marketplace, which is what we were just talking about. It says avoid canceling an order after you've accepted it. So, it specifically says avoid canceling an order after you've accepted it. So, we're all scared of canceling an order. It makes me wonder if you can cancel an order before you ever say you did anything with it. Like if a customer orders something, I wonder if you can just cancel it and it doesn't affect you. I kind of want to try it to see if it matters. Because lately, we talk about the 30-minute cancellation window for clients or customers. Sorry, I'm so used to saying clients. I saw on a Facebook group somewhere that somebody said like, oh, I was able to have people canceled the next day. Not a big deal. As long as I hadn't touched it, really. I could message them and be like, hey, this item's out of stock, whatever your reason that you need somebody to cancel is that you made up. Like, just, they should be able to cancel it. And I tested that today. I had to do that 3 times today, and it worked. I mean, somebody ordered this patio furniture set that I listed. Another thing, start listing patio furniture. It is crazy hit or miss. Most of the things I list get nothing, but then I'll list something that out of nowhere people are like, boom, they want it, and I don't care how much it costs. Anyway, I had somebody order something like 6 a.m. this morning, and I didn't catch it until like 11, which is well after the 30-minute window, and they were able to cancel it, request a cancellation from me. I got to accept it. So, not on my end, it was on their end. They canceled. So I wouldn't worry too much about that 30-minute window anymore. I'm assuming that's for everybody. Hopefully that's not a rollout to where like some accounts don't get that and some do. I would think that's kind of stupid if that's the case. But anyway, it also says ship the order as soon as possible. If you can't ship the order right away, make sure to ship it within the 3 days receiving the order. Now it says that you should do that to avoid bans, which is kind of weird. But if you also scroll up to how does shipping performance work, it's more concerned about if you're not meeting the standards for their cancellation rate, which like it says you could temporarily be banned from shipping for 60 days. So for 2 months, you could just not have the shipping option if you cancel a bunch of orders on your end, if it's above 10%. Now, like, that sucks. Like, that would suck especially if you only, think about it. If you only have 10 orders total and you cancel 1, you're at that 10% threshold. That's a problem. So you don't want to be canceling orders. Now, right here is what I'm talking about. It says, there is currently no performance standard for missed handling rate, but please make sure you monitor your performance in order to provide the best experience for your buyers. The thing that I did affects my mishandling rate. All it means is that I put in shipping after the 3-day period. It even says right here that there's no current performance standard for that. It does say your missed shipping or canceling. Your shipping or canceling, it says 10% of my orders right now. So it makes me wonder if more went through. Because a minute ago it was 8%. So I hit a 10% on that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That was only 12 earlier. It says I've mishandled 17 orders. That's crazy. That means, that's another thing that I just learned while talking to you. That means it's not like once a day turns around, it just kills everything for that day. Because this morning, that was only 12. That means orders that I placed 3 days ago, within the time period of when I learned to the time I recorded this video just now, it goes based off the time that order was taking place, or else that number would be lower, because a whole day hasn't lapsed since I learned about this. So that means it's not like, okay, anything I did on the 4th of March, I need to make sure I get done by the 7th of March, or whatever the math would be. If you're keeping along with me, basically what I'm saying is, I don't see an actual issue yet. I'm just going to fake list an item real quick. And I do still have the shipping option. So now, if it updates and screws me over later, oh well. But basically, yeah, I got lax and let a bunch of shipping go without getting updated. And when I went to go check, I really didn't have shipping for a lot of those orders, and it had been 3 days. So I guess the only way to get around that is to put in other tracking numbers in those, just to please Facebook, and hope for the best, I guess. Like update your customer in Messenger once you actually get tracking. And just let them know, like, hey, like what I've said in some comments, if you've gotten this answer before, I just put like, hey, the tracking number for your thing is this. You can track it through, USPS or post office or UPS or FedEx. And then sometimes I'll even go and find the tracking page and then copy that link and put it in Messenger so they can just click on that to make it seem like I'm making it easier for them. And then they're more likely to just go to there instead of check their app for tracking. At least that's my theory, and it hasn't bitten me so far. So, another thing that I did wrong that sucked is I listed a patio furniture set that was getting crazy messages, right? I was like, man, this is one of those that just worked out. Oh yeah, this is great. I'm so genius. And then somebody bought one this morning, and this was that one they bought at 6 a.m. I was talking about that I needed them to cancel because I'm stupid. I did something dumb, and then I realized I did it on 3 other items that hadn't bitten me so far, so I went and deleted them. I was in such a rush because I've been so busy with just my life and like doing all these orders that came out of nowhere that I was just desperate to list like 5 items, because I haven't been listing that much lately because I've just been so busy. And which is crazy because I've still been growing and I've still been able to talk to you guys about stuff, but I just, to actually list and find research for items, haven't been doing that much because, again, I've been busy. I repeat myself a lot, but somebody bought this item and I was like, ooh, I was tacking it into my spreadsheet and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make like $40 on this item. This is great, perfect. And then I realized I listed something from Amazon that had a $90 shipping on it, and I was like, whoa. And then I put that all in my spreadsheet and I was like, all right, where am I at if I decide to do this? And I like lose 50 cents. And I'm like, dang it. And it's been hours since this person placed this order, so I message them like, hey, you should be able to cancel. My supplier's out of stock. Whatever answer you want to give, to tell them like, dude, you're not going to get this order. Please cancel it. It all worked out. They canceled it after they answered like 2 hours later, but they were luckily able to cancel it. I was kind of worried, but just a warning, make sure you're not going too fast and you're not just like, oh, this looks good. Copy paste through Z-Drop. Like, also Z-Drop, affiliate link in the description, gets you $9 a month instead of $10 a month after your free trial, if you use my coupon code Cameron. So Z-Drop, by the way, is pretty awesome. Anyway, oh man, it was a mess, and I'm done with it for today. But just know, don't let your things lapse. I had too many orders where it was hard to keep track of, and I learned that now. It was scary kind of seeing this whole list of stuff, saying I screwed it up, but still going. I haven't had an order in a while today, though, since this morning, so I'm curious if maybe I've been like, kicked under the rug for a second for being bad or something. I don't know, but that's my update. Sorry it's not a more in-depth update today, guys, but if you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'm loving your guys' comments. We're at like 163 subscribers. I swear, just the other day I told you guys I hit 100. Like, what happened? Anyway, thank you. If you liked the video, you learned anything, or if you just haven't yet, please subscribe. I would love that. Helps me out. I want to grow this channel awesome to where I can, you know, do more stuff with it and everything. Once I hit 1,000, I think I'll start doing lives to where like you guys can just like tune in and answer questions. I don't want to do it yet because then I'll log in and like 2 of you will jump on, or like 1 of you, and you'll ask questions, and like I'd rather be able to answer multiple people's questions and just, you know, instead of spending 30 minutes on camera with just one person like it's a private FaceTime call. That'd be kind of weird. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, please. And if not, no worries. Thank you. I will see you next time.